wait too long against Kingzone because they will choke you out. So certainly Caps on the Corki, especially with package, the ability to actually move out on the side lanes, look for roams, look for plays alongside perhaps Broxa hitting level 6 could be pretty powerful. But my big concern for Fnatic is really looking at Prey and Gorilla, because that is a lane that can dominate. That is a lane that can take over the game. You may struggle once that banner is completed to have lane priority.
And I feel like he's noticed that, but we've got to keep a look at this level 1 from Fnatic.
Prey face check straight into the bush. Fnatic looking for the flash forward. Hylissang there as well. The decimating smash is big, but Prey cannot escape. Fnatic get burst blood. Now BDD needs to run for the hills. Hylissang will have the Winter's Bite back up. Flash from BDD.
You do sacrifice a lot of your own health when you're clearing through the jungle, so typically you can be regularly invaded on. And by stealing away the first red, we don't have time because Brox is going for a gank in mid.
Looking for the gank on BDD, no flash on that Sion. Does get the slow. Flash in though. Broxa gets the stun lock. BDD caught out at the tower. Fnatic gets second kill of the game. There's a fight in the bottom lane as well. Reckless is low. Ignite down on him. He has to flash heal away, but the chase is in. The Gleaming Quill from Gorilla hits home, and now Hylissang has to run for the hills as well.
As such, he's keeping his opponent pushed in, and Brox is moving up here.
Flashing from Bwipo with the slow. Gets the Bella's Breath out as well. Peanut here is level 6. BDD on his way as well. Bwipo, no flash on him, of course. There's the suppression, but it's only onto Peanut, and Brox has gone way too far. Here comes the Corki, though. One on Khan. Peanut goes into the globules as well. BDD's going to fight off Bwipo and Caps. Trying to catch on towards that. Zach able to get the double. Caps secures it. And Kingzone are forced back in the top lane.
Initially, it looked very good for Kingzone.
You have to expect Kingzone to start to pull the trigger at some point.
And again, look at this from Fnatic. Third red buff in a row that they're playing for. Caps already in the lane.
Flash pull back with a great let's bounce from Peanut. Gets him away. He flashes as well. BDD now coming up from the mid lane. Hylissang's there as well. BDD may just need to run away from this one. Broxa on the wrong side. Teleport coming in from Khan. Kingzone want this fight. We said they would force, and they're forcing straight on towards the Skarner. He's dead in the jungle. Kingzone capitalized. Khan, though, might be a little bit caught out here by Caps. Hylissang brings down the Fisher to the face and gets the kid, a stalwart presence who makes the plays. But you have to bring attention to Bwipo. We thought there would be a massive skill disparity between Bwipo, who's never played internationally, and Khan. There's going to be a fight down here in the bottom lane. Bwipo is the one teleporting in.
Already.
Call of the Forge God, the horn comes out, the pain train lands, only onto the Rakan though. Gorilla caught there, the package in, Prey flashes away, but Caps still on the chase. Gorilla's going to sacrifice himself, and Fnatic capitalize in the bottom lane.
They utilize the TP advantage that Bwipo gained, and the thing is, when you have this kind of 1-3-1 style comp, ideally you want to have a lead, but Khan, he's been at such a deficit, he hasn't been able to fight. Now we see a fight.
A big fight coming out, Call of the Forge God used, Bwipo there, misses it, but in the midst of it all is Gorilla. He's the first to go down. Now they're going to jump on Prey. Fnatic find the fight in the jungle. This is the Fnatic we saw in the EU LCS split. Team fights, skirmishes, that's exactly what they can do. Khan's in the midst of it all, but the Hemo player only hits onto Reckless, and now Khan has fallen. Kingzone collapse in their own jungle, and Reckless and Caps are not done yet. The chase onto BDD, unable to connect with the stun, will force him back underneath his tower.
This is a huge fight for Fnatic, but the question is, what can they get?
Fast alteration will spot them out. Reckless just waiting for that vision to clear. They can start it up. Bwipo and Reckless, Caps and Brox are all there. Hylissang waiting in the wings. Peanut steps forward. Gorilla there as well. Fnatic playing around the Baron, but you can see the reaction, the suppression on Gorilla. He's down. Khan teleporting in. This is the fight that you have to win if you're Kingzone, because otherwise Fnatic are going to take everything. BDD knocked away. Prey with the Feather Storm keeping himself alive. Look at the bottom side of this fight, because that's where Kingzone have to retreat to. Bwipo still in that front line, tanking up all the damage, forcing Kingzone away.
Bwipo doing so much work in the 1v2. He forces Prey back. Fnatic, they find a kill onto Gorilla, and they have their eyes set on the Baron.
Peanut can still steal here. Flash, smite, up for him. Bwipo forced away by Khan, but Khan now has to pop the Sanguine Pool. Brox is picking it up. Prey is dead. Reckless jumps in. Peanut has to leap the hell away from there, and he's forced out. And now the Baron is Fnatic's. They can secure this one easily.
Fnatic doing such a good job around the Baron, pushing Peanut out.
3 LCK championships together, multiple worlds appearances, and that's what Gorilla looks for with the engage. But Caps able to get away towards the backline. Fnatic in the midst of this all. Reckless is not there. BDD kills Hylissang. Bwipo having to run away here as well. Reckless is going for the mid lane in here though. Prey's trying to answer him. It's AD versus AD for the moment, but Peanut has joined in as well.
That meant that Hylissang had to be the defensive line, but even with an engage from Kingzone, Fnatic have too much pressure with the super minion.
Look at Peanut though. He's going to be able to cut off Bwipo and Brox in the midst of this all. Prey chunked out, but Caps now caught up in that backline. Gorilla with the double knockout. The combo that we talked about from Kingzone is devastating. They do lose mid lane in here to Reckless, who now needs to get out. They're going to lose Bwipo as well.
And this is the best case scenario for Kingzone, but they've lost so much as a result.
but for how much longer? I mean, super minions coming from every lane, 2 at a time. There will be 6 per wave, essentially, here, and they stopped the base of Whippo, so he's not able to TP and rejoin, but the Nexus turrets are gone. They are getting corralled into their base.
The Nexus is so close to falling. Fnatic, they could claim their revenge over Kingzone and secure their first win of MSI. There's only a Kingzone squad that stands in their way.
Only the back-to-back LCK champions in the way. Gorilla gets on that backline, but Caps is still alive. The Hemo Plague is huge here. Able to keep Caps up, though. Reckless in the midst of it all, getting a lot of damage down. Bwipo forcing Prey out from the backline. Reckless drops away. Fnatic redouble their efforts, push back in. Caps gets one, Prey gets one, but BDD is the next to fall, and Fnatic can see the base. They can see it in their sights. Fnatic are gonna take the game. They'll kill the unkillable and take down Kingzone.
A complete flip from day one. Fnatic. It is not Reckless who steps up, but the whole team steps up. And to find your first win over Kingzone, the heavy favorites over this group stage. What a performance from the European representatives.
I mean, honestly, just incredible, and really, I know he is already a star in his own right, but Caps has arrived on the international level, playing incredible yesterday in 2 losses, and now really the standout player again for me here today, Fnatic. He was outclassing BDD in this game, and that's certainly not something we were expecting to see.
Before the tournament, Reckless talked about Caps and said at Worlds, maybe he was a little bit naive, maybe he was still a little bit too young to bear the weight of a game like this. But I think this performance shows that he has matured, that he is now one of the top mid laners in Europe, maybe even in the world.
And you've got to give so much credit to Broxa, tracking Peanut, keeping him down throughout this game. They had a strong level 1. They're able to get so much from that, taking away the first red buff and continuously attacking that throughout the game, keeping Peanut not only limited in farm, but limited in opportunity.
And you think about, look at the reaction from Caps, finding his first win over Kingzone. He's got to be so happy. He's such a young player. After his Worlds performance, we know he wasn't happy. We know he was still hungry. He has been working all split long to have this moment. And finally, he has realized it.
And Kingzone, on the other hand, will look at that and say, yesterday, we said if we don't